governance, including transparency, accountability, and rule of law, that perhaps is something that's almost distinctly European in bioethics. And then, of course, there might be a European ethos or European morality somewhere. And if so, we thought that that ethos could perhaps be characterized by these three expressions, that it's secularly Christian, progressively societal, and cautiously optimistic. Explanations follow. Now, Christian in the sense that you can insert any other religion in there and not, and it will be true of European bioethics as a general rule. European bioethics is not Islamic, it's not Jewish, it's not Buddhist, it's not insert a religion, but if you insert Christian, then in some sense it will be true that European bioethics is Christian. Of course, it is secular Christian, which means that the Christian church or churches have been reformist from the beginning of our account of time. So it's not only the Protestants who went away from the Catholics had split into two schools before that, and so on and so forth, which perhaps inevitably leads to a critical attitude towards religion and values, and then pluralism. So that's what we mean by secularly Christian. And it might be that in Europe we are more secularly Christian than they are in some parts of the United States, and the Christianity separates us from the rest of the world, not including the Americas and so on and so forth. Anyway, that might be something. Progressively societal. Well, societal in the almost anti-American sense that individuals do not always come first in European thinking. Solidarity and all that. The good of the many can outweigh the good of the one. And of course that happens everywhere in the world, but in Europe we are not afraid to say it sometimes. The Americans mostly are. It's not, however, communal or societal in any very deeply traditional sense. It is progressive. It's to use the terms of Emil Durkheim, it is organic rather than mechanical solidarity. It's not what it used to be 100 years ago. It's always moving, and we like to think of it as moving and changing. And to borrow the term from Rousseau, it is a general will. We all want something or will something, and our political will come together and act as the basis of our social contract, but it will be changing. So it's not traditional, it's not just in one. And then cautiously optimistic. Europeans, they tend to think that technology is good, global trade is good, international aid is good, but we also tend to be a bit cautious about it, saying that advances can run on, market can be unfair, and corruption can happen. So that's European bioethics take 5 or 6. If we had the 1, 2, 3, 4 practical approaches, then the distinctive academic endeavor is the 5th, the excellent academic endeavor would be the 6th, this is the 7th account. Now, will European bioethics in any of these senses be spread all around the world? Yes, it will. In all these senses, it will be spread all around the world. And, well, consider the case of Micronesian bioethics. Now, if you take the globe, and then you turn it around 180 degrees, what then will be the center of the universe is the Federated States of Micronesia. So apart from our cultural imperialism, we should naturally assume that there is a Micronesian bioethics, and somebody should be having a MOIBE project somewhere going on about Micronesian bioethics and its globalization. But that somehow isn't the case. If you Google Micronesian bioethics, what you find is that the WHO is trying to impose American and European values on them as we speak. So European bioethics will take over the world. It will compete with the American bioethics, but they are different, but that will happen. And is it a good thing? Well, it depends. Our personal view is that academic excellence, so definition 6 would be really nice, but the rest is just political and ideological struggle, though we don't care either way. And here's some literature.